Okay, we are live for the Sea Dragons against the Vipers. I'm on a few minutes later than I wanted to, but we are here and we are ready to watch some football. Let me just make sure we are live. Yes, we are. And also, let me actually get the game on. It's kind of an important thing. Okay, getting it on. Okie dokes, we are all set. I am going to put a poll out in a minute. But in Vegas here, Ben DiNucci and the Sea Dragons onto the field to start the game. Offensively, Ben DiNucci, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, 478 yards, passing leader in the XFL in terms of yards. Ignore that scoreboard for the moment. Got to change that. Alright, from their own 20, DiNucci in shotgun here. Book throw out to Jacour Pearson. Pearson in space. He is going to gain about 12 on the play. And he's been a player that they've tried to get the ball to quite a bit so far. Jacour Pearson. He had like 14 targets in week 1. Is a very big part of their offense. First and 10 here. DiNucci in shotgun. Here is another quick throw. This one out to 15. I don't know who that is. I will get back to that in a second. Let me finish doing this real quick. Let's see. What do we got? Vipers. Alright, here is a second down. Let me get the color right. Alright, second and 8. Here is the first run of the day with number 19. He gains 2 on the play to make it a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 actually. Let me see. Let me pull up the rosters, put a poll out, all that fun stuff. Give me 1 second. Alright, make sure to comment who you guys have winning. I'm going to put a poll out. Let me pull up the rosters as well. Alright, 3rd and 6 here. DiNucci in shotgun. Looks to throw. He is pressured. DiNucci, the ball is out. The ball is out on the hit, and it is kicked backwards off the hand, and it is still loose, and it is finally scooped up by the Vipers at the 25-yard line. That ball took quite the path to end up in the Vipers' hands there. It's out on the hit from Vic Beasley. Vic Beasley comes around the edge. Oh, that'll be close to see if it's a fumble or not. Then number 4, he tries to pick it up, but he kicks it. And then it's off DiNucci's hand, and then it's finally scooped up by the Vipers. DiNucci's now saying he was trying to throw it. Alright, who will win? Sea Dragons or Vipers? Brett Hundley is on the field to start for the Vipers if they will keep possession. I'll take a closer look at it in a minute. Just give me a second to get all the rosters and everything correct. They're reviewing it right now. Let's see what they're going to end up determining. So they're going to give the Vipers the football at the 25-yard line. Tremendous starting field position after the defense forced a fumble. Hundley, quick throw, outside caught by Jeff Badette for a gain of 10. And that'll bring up another first down for the Vipers. Let me get the rosters up for each team. Alright, here's a 1st and 10 from the 15. Hundley, quick throw underneath. Incomplete. Was trying to get the ball to Burdett once again. That time unable to do so. You're going with the Sea Dragons. Same here. I've also got the Sea Dragons winning. Okay, make sure to vote in the poll if you guys have not already. I finally got it out. Here is a 3rd and 1. So they didn't give him the first down on that previous play. 3rd and 1. Hundley is going to keep this. He stumbles, and he is going to pick up the first down. And he's taken down at the 14-yard line. So that'll give a first down for the Vipers. Alright, first down at the 14. We've got 2 receivers in motion, so now they're going to have to wait a second, I believe, if that rule carries over. Okay, here is the give to Rod Smith up the middle. He's only able to get a yard. Now, the Vipers, they haven't been an overly effective team running the football. They show the real game. I can't due to copyright reasons. They haven't been an overly effective team running the football because of, well, they had a better game on the ground last week. Just, they haven't been overly effective in the first 2 weeks of the season. Here's a 2nd and 9. They go with him with the exact same play. Here is Rod Smith, and he's going to gain a yard. I'm not taking any chances. I'm not showing the real game. Alright, here is a 3rd down for the Vipers and about 7. Third and 8 is what they're actually going to call it. So 3rd and 8 from the 12, first down inside the 4. Sea Dragons bring a delayed blitz. Hundley escapes the rush. He rolls out right. On the run, he fires to the end zone. That's caught for a touchdown. Jeff Burdett in the back of the end zone. And the Vipers defense gives them the ball, and then the offense is able to get on the board and make it a 6-0 lead. Alright, so let's see. What do they opt to go with here for the extra point? Obviously, they could go for 1, 2, or 3 from the 2, 5, or 10. They're going to opt to go for 2 from the 5-yard line. We've got some late substitutions for the Sea Dragons. Alright, now we're ready. Okay, why is there so many late substitutions here? Okay, now they're ready for the 2-point attempt. From the 5, here is, they're going to run the football from the 5. Interesting play call there. And Rod Smith is not going to get there. Interesting decision to run the football from the 5. Go Sea Dragons. Don't really have a preference, but I do think the Sea Dragons will get the win. Even though the Vipers with a solid start to the game. So it remains 6-0. The Vipers with the early lead after their defense forces a fumble, jumps on it, and then their offense able to do the rest and get in the end zone. And the Sea Dragons are the first team on the board here. So far, some results on the polls. 67%, actually no, 71%. Just updated as I was reading it. 71% of guys have said the Sea Dragons will win. 29% have said the Vipers. I would agree with the majority there. Although I definitely think this game could go either way. Both teams really need to win this game. but I don't have a preference who will win. I think it could definitely go either way. Something I've noticed early so far is the field here at Cashman Field in Las Vegas looks a lot better than it did last week. Last week it looked awful. And then the rain didn't help it either. But it looks a lot better here to start. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial after the Vipers get on the board first. The Sea Dragons will get the ball back after turning the ball over on their opening possession. So let's see if they were able to get anything going on their second offensive possession. Make sure to vote on the poll if you guys have not already done so. Alright, so they're back from commercial break here. The Sea Dragons set to receive the kick. Alright, so they're set to kick it away here. Cashman Field is actually a minor league baseball stadium, also home of a soccer team. But it has hosted a few Major League Baseball games. The A's played there for their first 6 games of the season. I don't remember what year. It just had it up on the field, up on the screen. Here is the return, and bounces outside. Good return, forced out at the 38-yard line. Very, very good return for the Sea Dragons. That sets them up with good field position at... Oh, wait, we got a flag. Never mind. Forgot everything I just said right there. We got a flag down, so that's going to back the Sea Dragons up. It is a holding call. Brett Hundley on that previous drive for the Vipers, he was 2 of 3, 21 yards and a touchdown. For the Sea Dragons, here is the quick dump off to the running back number 15. He's actually 19. He takes a big hit at the 20-yard line where he's taken down. 19 there. That is TJ Hammonds. Here is a 2nd and 5. After a 5-yard swing pass out to the running back. So 2nd and 5 from the 20. They started at their own 15 because of the penalty. Here is DiNucci. Quick throw that is caught for a gain of 7, maybe 8 on the play. It was Ja'Cour Pearson with the catch. He is one of the receiving leaders in the XFL. He actually is the receiving leader in terms of yards, catches, has the most targets, and is not of the most touchdowns, but has the most catches and yards of any receiver in the XFL. Here is the give to Brendan Knox. He is going to gain 2 or 3 on the play there. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. Some updated results on the poll. 62% of you guys have said the Sea Dragons win. 38% have said the Vipers. I would agree with the majority with the Sea Dragons. Here's a 2nd and 7. DiNucci looks to throw. Protected well over the middle. That is knocked away and incomplete. He's looking for number 4. That is Juwan Green. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 7. Green was trying to say the defender got there early. Maybe a split second early, but I don't think it was so obvious where you could throw a flag. Good no call. Here is a 3rd and 7. DiNucci in shotgun. He looks to throw, only a 3-man rush for the Vipers, yet they still get pressure. DiNucci completes it, and he tries to circle back, but he's not going to get back and get around the defender. Well, we've got a flag down, but he's going to be short, well short. We've got a flag down on the field. Let's see. What is this flag going to be? It is going to be a holding penalty on the Vipers. As you can see, what the ref signals over to Rod Woodson, the Vipers coach. Now he's going to go over and talk to him. Oh no, it's a personal foul on the offense. Number 55. The penalty is declined. And the resulting play will stand. Bring up a 4th down. And the Vipers with another pretty short possession. Didn't see a penalty as they showed the replay. But here is a 4th and 4. Vipers set to receive the kick. Matthew Sexton back deep to receive for the Vipers. Here is the kick. Fielded at the 22, a line drive kick. And here is Sexton on the return up to the 40-yard line, and he's forced out at the 43. Very, very nice return, as he had a lot of space once he caught that ball. And now that is a thing in the XFL, where the players can't go down the field so far until the ball is kicked, which is why they've got space, but still, he had a lot of space on that return. Alright, so the Vipers, with the football back, let's see if they can replicate their success from their first possession, where they got a touchdown. Obviously, they were helped out with great starting field position. But they overall did have a very good drive. Okay, so waiting for them to come back from commercial here. After the punt. So far, the results on the poll: 62% of you guys have said the Sea Dragons win, 38% have said the Vipers. Make sure to vote if you guys have not already done so. Alright, still waiting for them to come back from commercial here. So now, I would imagine they're going to keep Brett Hundley in a quarterback. I mean, there's no reason to take him out. But I mean, they did play two quarterbacks last year, not last year, last week against the defenders, but then neither way was overly effective, so I'd imagine because the offense had some success on the first drive, they'd keep him in. There's no real reason to take him out unless they want to see how each one is looking during the day, but I would imagine they'll stick with Brett Hundley. Alright, this is a long commercial break. Am I really far behind or something? Okay. Now they're showing the pregame. Alright, but the Vipers with the football back here, with good field position. Alright, so good field position at their own 42. Here is Hundley, quick throw. Caught up in Martavius Bryant, former Steeler. He's forced out after a gain of 6. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 4. Martavius Bryant has been a player who I thought would have seen a bit bigger of a role. I mean, he hasn't been seeing the ball come his way a ton so far. But I would have expected it to, because he's one of the more notable players and better players in the XFL. But here's a 2nd and 4. Here is the give to Josh Lovett running left, and Lovett is forced out of bounds for a loss of 3 on the play. Go Dragons. I would agree the Sea Dragons will get the win, but I definitely think this game could go either way. I was just about to say something. Oh, the Vipers on that play, they went to the two receivers in motion at the same time. They've gone to that look like 3 times, and they've only ran like 6 plays, so it's definitely been a play design they like, and every time it's been a run to the left. So here's a 3rd and 7. Quick throw out to Matthew Sexton. He's got a blocker, and he is going to get tackled down after a gain of 2. The blocker was Jeff Badette, but he had to try to block 2 guys, and obviously Sea Dragons with the numbers advantage there, able to take down Matthew Sexton, and the Vipers will be forced to punt. Here is a 4th and 4. The Vipers send on the punt unit, and the Sea Dragons will take over as their defense forces a quick 3 and out. The punt is away. It is going to be down at the 8-yard line. As it bounced at like the 20, and then it skipped its way to the 8. So good punt there for the Vipers, and that is where the Sea Dragons will take over for their 3rd drive already. None of them have gone anywhere. The first time they turned it over, the second time they punted very quickly. Some updated results on the poll. 70% of you guys have said the Sea Dragons win, 30% have said the Vipers. I would agree with the majority, but I would definitely see this game going either way. DiNucci now up to 507 passing yards, as that includes today. That leads the XFL. DiNucci steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to take off and run. DiNucci escapes the tackler and then runs for 9. Nice job escaping the collapsing pocket there for DiNucci, and also getting 9. I did not think he'd be able to get away from that first defender, but he was able to, and he's out of bounds. Good run there for DiNucci. Here's a 2nd and 1. It's a very windy day in Las Vegas. The flag's on top of the goalpost blowing. They show the trees around the stadium. Very, very windy. Here's a 2nd and 1. DiNucci looks to throw. Wanted to go deep. Now he's just going to go to the sideline. Caught by Josh Gordon, who was wide open, and makes a nice catch along the sideline. Josh Gordon, another player, like Martavius Bryant, one of the more notable receivers in the XFL, and I thought he'd see a bit bigger of a role, But like the Vipers, Jeff Badette's been their leading receiver. The Sea Dragons have gone Ja'Cory Pearson's way quite a bit. Here they go back to Josh Gordon. He breaks the tackles, uses a spin move across the 40-yard line, and he's taken down to the 44. Very nice play there for Josh Gordon and the Sea Dragons. But I would have expected a bit bigger of a role for Josh Gordon and players like Martavis Bryant or Geronimo Allison. For the Vipers, obviously. Bryant or Allison. Josh Gordon, 4,284 career receiving yards in the NFL, and led the NFL with over 1,600 receiving yards in 2016. Here is a 2nd and 2. DiNucci in shotgun. Here is going to be the run. Bounce this outside, and he's got a first down. He's chopped down at the 48. We got a flag down, though. Number 25 there for the Sea Dragons with the carry. That is Morgan Ellison. But that's actually going to come back as it is a holding penalty. So that run comes back, and that backs them up to a 3rd and... No, it's going to be a 2nd and about 12. Yeah, 2nd and 12, DiNucci. Quick throw out to number 80. I forget who that is. And he's got a good play there. He gains about 8 on the play and gets a lot of that penalty yardage back. Maybe even more. But 80 right there, that is Blake Jackson. Here is a 3rd and 3. So a gain of 9 on the play there previously. 3rd and 3, DiNucci in shotgun. Empty backfield. Quick throw underneath. That is caught by Ja'Cory Pearson. Cross midfield. Still on his feet. Breaking tackles. Pearson to the 30-yard line. And he's forced out of bounds at the 25. Big play there on 3rd and short there for the Sea Dragons. As Ja'Cory Pearson with a very nice catch and run gets him all the way up to the 25-yard line of the Vipers. And this is definitely by far their best offensive drive so far. Ja'Cory Pearson, 19 catches, 225 yards, and a touchdown. Catches and yards lead the XFL. And we've got an injured player, number 22. Down for the Vipers. 22. Let's see, who is that? That is Adam Sparks, the defensive back. So hopefully he's okay. Some updated results on the poll. 73% of you guys have said the Sea Dragons will win. 27% have said the Vipers. So now the injured player, 22, he runs off the field, so that's a good thing to see. That is Adam Sparks, as I said before. I forgot his name for a second, though. So hopefully he's okay. He appears to be okay. Here is a 1st and 10 for the Sea Dragons at the 25-yard line. The wind is shaking the goalposts. Very, very windy. Alright, 1st and 10 here from the 25. Blake Jackson in motion here. DiNucci in shotgun. Looks to throw only a 3-man rush for the Vipers. Throw outside, that is an inaccurate throw and incomplete. He's looking for his running back, number 19. TJ Hammonds out of the backfield. Looks like that ball might have got deflected at the line. It was a very wobbly pass. Here is a 1st and 10. So far, 6 6-play, 66-yard drive for the Sea Dragons. DiNucci over the middle. That is caught for a touchdown. And Blake Jackson makes the catch, and he gets the Sea Dragons on the board. And they tie this game up at 6. Sea Dragons will score here. Very correct. I saw a comment come in, but I didn't look away because they were about to snap the ball. And right as I saw that out of the corner of my eye come in, on that exact play, they scored. Alright, they're going to opt to go for 10 points here. 3 points. That would be a lot if they're going to go for 10. They're going to go from 3 from the 10. DiNucci in shotgun. And before this play, we've got a timeout taken defensively for the Vipers. Not sure exactly the reason. They may have had too many guys on the field. I'm not quite sure. Because it was somebody on the field who signaled for the timeout. Alright, the game tied at 6 here. The Sea Dragons with the opportunity to go up 9-6 as they opt to go for 3 points from the 10-yard line. Here is DiNucci in shotgun. He looks to throw here all day. To throw to the end zone. That is tipped and incomplete. Looking for Josh Gordon in the back of the end zone was covered well, and then just tried to force the ball there, but the score will stay at 6-6. We'll only go for 1 here. It is too early. Sorry, just saw your comment come in there. So now, my thinking is I'd probably go for 2. If I was a coach in the XFL, that would kind of be my thinking if I would score a touchdown early, or if there was just no real reason to go for 3 or 1. Like, if I was coming back, I'd want to go for 3. But I think I would, most of the time, go for 2. It's right in the middle. I mean, I feel like you've got a good chance of getting it. But go for 1. I could definitely understand that. But the Sea Dragons, one of the more aggressive teams in the XFL, the team that opts to go for 3. DiNucci up to 121 passing yards so far today. Here is the kickoff. The Vipers going to get the football back. Here is the return, and again, good kick coverage. Takes him down at the 21-yard line. Alright, so the Vipers back onto the field offensively. Updated results on the poll. 73% of you guys have said the Sea Dragons win. 27% have said the Vipers. So the Vipers back onto the field here. Brett Hundley lines up under center for this upcoming play. Here is the give up the middle. And a run of about 3 there. Maybe 2. They're going to mark it. Ball carrier on the play. I don't know who is. They cut away before I could see, and I couldn't tell his number. But a gain of about 2, maybe 3 on the play. Here is Hundley to throw on 2nd and 8. He's got all day to throw. Now he's going to escape and run. Hundley tucks it across the 30 to the 40-yard line. Hundley still on his feet, dodging defenders. Flags fly, and he's forced out of bounds at the 47-yard line. A good run there for Brett Hundley, but this could come back due to a flag. But obviously, we'll have to wait and see what that is. But if it stands, a very, very good scramble there for Brett Hundley. It is going to come back as it is a illegal block in the back on the Vipers. So that will back them up. And that will wipe out the big scramble as well. Under a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Here is going to be the give to Jeff Badette on the sweep, and he's going to cut upfield and gain 2. As it was designed to go further outside, but there was just no space outside. So he has to cut it up the field, and he's able to gain 2 to make it another 2nd and 8. Or maybe 2nd and 18. I don't know exactly how much the penalty was. I know it is a 2nd and 8. Alright, and that was... yeah, that was the final play of the first quarter as well. So the Vipers and Sea Dragons tied at 6 as we conclude the first quarter. Vipers with the football with an upcoming 2nd and 8 when the second quarter will begin. Hold on, let me just check something really quickly. Give me 1 second to check something real quick. Okay, but waiting for them to come back from commercial break here as the first quarter comes to a close. The Vipers with the football 2nd and 8 at their own 34-yard line. The game tied at 6. Both teams searching for their first win of the season after coming in 0-2. So a pretty even first quarter, I would say. The Sea Dragons with, as you expect, a lot of passing yards. But I mean, when you look at the team stats for a second, they are the team with the most passing yards. And, oh, they actually don't have the least rushing yards. I thought they might. They're actually middle of the pack in rushing. Although I thought they would be among the bottom because they are extremely pass heavy. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break as we start the second quarter. Alright, now they're back from commercial. Vipers with the football. At their own 38, 2nd and 8 here. Actually, at their own 34, sorry. We're at 38 before, apparently that was wrong. Here is Hundley in shotgun. He's going to hand off to DeAndre Torrey, and Torrey is going to get a solid gain there of about 3, maybe 4. Here is a 3rd and 4 for the Vipers, so gain of 4 on the play. Empty backfield here for Brett Hundley. Here is Hundley to throw. Quick throw that is incomplete. Jeff Badette, the intended receiver, working at the slot on a slant. But that's incomplete. Hi, how are you? How are you doing today? But 4th and 4, the Sea Dragons will get the ball back on the punt. McKnight back deep to receive. He's going to let this go out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Maybe the 15. I wasn't really paying attention. But now, the rule in the XFL is if the ball goes into the end zone on a touchback and a punt, or if it goes out of bounds inside the 35, then it comes out to the 35, which is an interesting rule. How am I? I'm good. How about you? Alright, so the ball at their own 35-yard line. Here is DiNucci in shotgun. Here's a quick throw out to Ja'Cory Pearson and off his knee, and that is incomplete. Some updated results on the poll. 69% of you guys have said the Sea Dragons will win. 31% have said the Vipers. You've got the Sea Dragons. I have the Sea Dragons winning as well. But, I definitely think it could go either way. DiNucci is 5 of 6 on passes behind the line of scrimmage. Here is the give to Ellison for a gain of 3 on the play to make it a 3rd and 7. But, what was I saying? Oh, the Sea Dragons, they've thrown a lot of quick passes behind the line of scrimmage because of the extreme wind. Here is a 3rd and 7. DiNucci in shotgun. He looks to throw. He steps up in the pocket. Now DiNucci's going to scramble, and he is going to be just short of the first down marker. About a yard short as he's just tripped up there. And that'll bring up a 4th and short. Interesting decision coming up here for the Sea Dragons from about their own 44-yard line. Will they go for it here? They're not going to, as they take the offense off the field. And the Vipers will get the ball back as their defense forces another quick 3 and out. The play clock at 0 here. I don't know if... Yeah, that was a penalty. I didn't know if the play clock was wrong, but the play clock was definitely correct, and that is a delay game backing them up. I don't know why you couldn't get the punt unit out and snap the ball in time, but apparently they couldn't do so. And that brings up a 4th and 7 now. Here is the punt. Sexton back deep. He will let this bounce at about the 35, and it will roll down to the 29-yard line. And that is where the Vipers will take over. With 11:49 to go here in the second quarter. The set take over 1st and 10 with decent starting field position. Let's see if they can get something going offensively, because they hadn't. The only touchdown they've had, which is actually the same as last week, at least so far, is the defense put them in excellent position to score a touchdown, and the offense capitalized almost instantly. Give me 1 minute to check something. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here after the punt where the Vipers take over. So updated results on the poll, 67% of you guys say the Sea Dragons win, 33% say the Vipers. The ball is officially spotted at the 26-yard line of the Vipers, so they take over at their own 26 with a little over 11 minutes to go in the first half. So, waiting for them to come back from commercial. I'd like to see if the Vipers can really get anything going offensively, because as I said a few minutes ago, their only offensive touchdown of the game so far, their only touchdown, was set up by the defense where they give them the ball at the 25. And I'll give them the excuse for last week because of the bad conditions, but they're definitely a team with an offense that can go put points up on the board in bunches, as we saw in week 1, when they went 14-3 at the half. And then they kind of went cold in the second half before they had a comeback that fell short in the fourth quarter. But this is a Vipers team that can definitely score, so I'd like to see if they're able to move the football and have a good drive here after they get the ball on the punt. So they're back from commercial break here. Here is the gift to DeAndre Torrey. They cut to that play really late, and Torrey's going to lose 2 on the play. They cut from the broadcasters in the booth to the play, which had already started. Here is a 2nd and 12. Hundley off play action is going to take off and run. He's dragged down from behind for a loss of a yard. Number 96 of the Sea Dragons. 96. That is Daniel Joseph, defensive lineman for them, drags him down from behind. And escapes Hundley from getting away, and that is definitely a key to stopping him, as he is definitely a player who can easily take off and scrambles. We saw it with a big scramble before, but it ended up getting called back due to a block in the back. So that brings up a 3rd and very long here for the Vipers. A 3rd and 13 to be exact. They are 2 of 4 on 3rd down so far today. These two Dragons 1 of 4 on 3rd downs. But before this 3rd down, the Vipers spend their 2nd timeout. So far, the standings in the XFL through 2 weeks, the Battlehawks and Defenders tied atop the North at 2-0, then the Sea Dragons and Vipers, these two teams, at 0-2, tied for the bottom spot in the North. And then in the South, the Roughnecks 2-0, Renegades and Brahmas each 1-1, and the Guardians 0-2. The top 2 teams in each division will make the playoffs. Here is a 3rd and 13. Hundley in shotgun. Looks to throw here. Steps up in the pocket. Goes down the field. That is caught by Matthew Sexton at the 45-yard line. Not the biggest guy in the world, but he's able to go up and get that one. And a big play there for the Vipers. Moves the chains and gets it inside Sea Dragon territory. Hundley did a nice job of stepping up in the pocket, stepping into his throw, and then delivering a good throw to Matthew Sexton for a big first down. That's a 38-yard gain there. Gets him to the 40-yard line. Here is play action. Quick throw caught by the tight end, and he's forced out at the 21. Another good catch and run there. 89 tight end for the Vipers. That is Cam Sutton. Had himself a solid game last week as well. That's his first catch of the day this week. 1st and 10 from the 21. Hundley in shotgun. He's 6 of 8 for 84 yards and a touchdown. Here is the gift to DeAndre Torrey. Torrey tries to break this outside, but he's going to get dragged down right at the line of scrimmage by 51 of the Sea Dragons. That is Tuzar Skipper, linebacker from Toledo. Here is a 2nd and 10. Hundley in shotgun. He looks to throw here. He's going to go deep to the end zone. Overthrows him. Had a man, but incomplete. That was Jeff Badette, who was open. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 10. They show the wind again as they show trees blowing, so you wonder if the wind may have taken that one. And I put it out of the reach of Badette, but definitely it will impact how you'll be able to throw the football. Here's a 3rd and final timeout spent by the Vipers here in the first half. And now they can also not challenge at all, as you need to have a timeout to challenge, and it is restored if the challenge is successful. But Brett Hundley so far today, he is 6 of 9 for 84 yards and a touchdown. Has not thrown an interception. So here's a 3rd and 10. For the Vipers. From the 21-yard line of the Sea Dragons. Here is Hundley in shotgun. On 3rd and 10. Rod Smith is the back lineup to his right. They're going to run the football here on 3rd and 10. And Smith is stuffed at the line of scrimmage right at the 21-yard line. Interesting play calling here by the Vipers. Running the ball on 3rd and 10. And also running the ball from the 5. For a 2-point attempt earlier. A few interesting calls there. Bailey Griffin on to kick a field goal here for the Vipers in the extreme wind. He is 0 for 3 on field goals. Could potentially drop to 0 and 4. As this 39-yarder with wind will not be easy. But a 39-yard field goal attempt on 4th and 10 from the left hash. His kick is up and it is good. And that makes it a 9-6 Vipers lead. As Griffin able to make his first field goal of the season, only took him 4 tries to do so. So the Vipers, they retake the lead after having a tie game for a little while. They regain the lead. And the Sea Dragons will get the football back after a commercial. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here after the field goal. So waiting for them to come back, some updated results on the poll while we wait. 71% of you guys have voted for the Sea Dragons, 29% have said the Vipers. I would agree with the majority, but I could still see this game going either way. Obviously, it's a 3-point game, and we're still in the first half. Still very much anyone's game here. Alright, so still waiting for them to come back from commercial. The Vipers now lead the Sea Dragons 9-6. And the Sea Dragons will get the ball back on kickoff if they ever end this commercial break. Alright, so still waiting for them to come back from commercial. Alright, now they're back. Brett Hundley getting interviewed on the sideline. He has 84 yards and a touchdown so far today, having himself a solid second game in the XFL after not appearing in the first game when the Vipers took on the Renegades in the opener. But he has seen action in last week's game and has seen every offensive snap at quarterback for the Vipers so far today. Here is the kick, and fielded at the 5-yard line. On the return, not much blocking, but he's able to weave his way through, and he's forced out of bounds at the 29-yard line. So solid return despite not appearing to have much blocking. And a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line for the Vipers. For the Sea Dragons. Ben DiNucci leads him back onto the field with 7:30 to go in the first half. DiNucci in shotgun. Blake Jackson in motion. Here is the give to Ellison, and he is stuffed right there at the line of scrimmage. Actually, the 29-yard one. I said 26. Sorry about that. So 2nd and 10 here, still from the 29. Here is a 2nd and 10. DiNucci, empty backfield. Quick throw, high throw, caught by Josh Gordon. And Gordon with a solid run after the catch, gains 7. And that'll bring up a 3rd and short here. A 3rd and 3 is what it will most likely be marked as. It is a 3rd and 4. So forget what I just said. Empty backfield here for Ben DiNucci. So 3rd and 4 from their own 35-yard line. DiNucci looks to throw. Pump fakes and now goes... Not sure exactly what happened there. Looked like there was some kind of miscommunication between him and number 4. That is Juwan Green, I believe. Yeah, Juwan Green. I think the plan there was to pump fake to Josh Gordon, which he did. Or just throw it to him if he was open. Which then pulls the defenders up. And he wanted Green to keep going behind The defensive back hit him in stride. He's gone for a touchdown. But they were not on the same page there. And the Vipers will get the ball back on the punt. This one bounces, and it will check up at the 22, and that is where Brett Hundley and the Vipers offense will retake the field. Ben DiNucci, 11 of 15 for 127 yards and a touchdown so far today. Some updated results on the poll. 74% of you guys have said the Sea Dragons win. 26% have said the Vipers. Would agree with the majority. Here is a 1st and 10. Hundley in shotgun from his own 22. Here is the handoff to number 14. I don't know who that is. He's able to gain 3 on the play. 14 for the Vipers is Sneak Sweeting. Second and 7 here. With a little over 5 minutes to go. Here is Hundley to throw. Escapes the rush. Hundley now going to take off and run. And Hundley is across the 30-yard line up to the 31. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1 here for the Vipers. Here is a 3rd and 1. Hundley in shotgun. Rod Smith is the back line up to his left. So now here is where you could run the football on 3rd down, not on 3rd and 10, which still didn't make sense. Here is Hundley to throw. It's going to go deep down the field. His receiver's got a step and underthrown and incomplete. Jeff Badette had a step. I don't know if he's throwing into the wind or what's happening there, but underthrown. If he leads him and hits him in stride, he's got a touchdown. But the ball's underthrown. Causes Badette to have to stop for the ball. Defensive back gets catches up, and that brings up a 4th down. Brings up a 4th and 1, and the Sea Dragons will get the ball back on the punt. Headed towards the sideline, it is going to skip out of bounds, and the ball will come out to the 35-yard line. Now, that is only if the ball goes out of bounds inside the 35. Like, if it goes out of bounds at the 50, they'll get the ball at the 50. It's just if the ball goes out of bounds inside the 35-yard line, then it comes out to the 35. Alright, so the Sea Dragons with the ball back, 4:05 to go, 1st and 10. First and 10, here is the give to Ellison. Physical run. Runs over a guy and gains 5. And we got a flag down. Let's see what this flag is, if the play will stand or not. We got hands to the face on the defense, so that we will stand. And they will get more as well. It was Juwan Green, the penalty receiver. It was a defensive back, number 6, that is Kennedy, for the Vipers. Kwan Kennedy, with the penalty, he was working against Juwan Green, got his hands in his face. Here's another gift to Ellison, and he is going to spin out of it. Ellison still on his feet. Off to the races to the 30. He's got blockers in front of him, down to the 20-yard line. A big run there for Ellison, and the Sea Dragons with the ball at the red zone, at the edge of the red zone, at the 20-yard line. Good run there. As a break free of initial contact, he had a blocker way downfield. That was Jawan Green, and he's out of bounds at the 20-yard line with a big run there for the Sea Dragons, marked as 35 yards. Morgan Ellison now up to 5 carries, 46 yards on the day. So from the 20, here is another run with Morgan Ellison. This time he's only able to gain a yard, maybe 2, as he falls forward, but not another 35-yard gain. But now sometimes the advantages of having a pass-heavy offense, like if you guys follow the NFL, we've seen this with the Chiefs, a really good passing attack, is when they run the football, it's good, because a lot of teams are expecting to pass. Like here with the Sea Dragons, they've got a great passing attack, and when they run the football, they can get some solid gains like that. Here is DiNucci. He's going to roll out right, and DiNucci is going to pump fake, and he's out of bounds at the 15. And he faked out the cameraman. I think the cameraman thought he was going to go downfield, but he pump faked and then took off for a gain of 4. That brings up a 3rd and 6 here for the Sea Dragons with 2:15 to go in the first half. Let's see if they actually snap this before the 2-minute warning. Third and 6. DiNucci in shotgun. They do snap it. Throws to Ja'Cour Pearson. Pearson was not looking for the ball. He saw it way too late. It's off his hand and incomplete. That'll bring up a 4th and 6 here. And the Sea Dragons will settle for a field goal after the 2-minute warning. So, touchdowns for each team to start, and field goals for each team on their second drive, or field goal attempts, is what it appears as. So, we will see them kick the field goal when they come back from commercial because of the 2-minute warning. Give me 1 second just to check something really quickly. Give me 1 second. Okay, so waiting for them to come back from commercial here at the 2-minute warning. The Vipers lead the Sea Dragons at 9-6, but this game could definitely get tied up very soon, as you'd imagine they will. As they will set up for a field goal when they come back from commercial here. So still waiting for them to come back. Actually, no, they're back. They've been back. Sorry, I was a bit behind for a second. Alright, yeah, the field goal up and good. Sorry, I missed that because I was a bit behind for a second, but I'm back up to speed now. Alright, field goal up and good. It's now 9-9 with 1:55 to go. The Vipers will get the football back, and they also get the ball to start the second half. So they can put themselves in a great position to go up even bigger. And they will have good starting field position, as if the ball does not... It's a weird rule. It's a dumb rule, in my opinion. The kickoff must go past the 20-yard line. If it bounces before the 20-yard line, the ball, I don't remember exactly where it comes out to. We'll find out in a second. But the Vipers with the football... Oh, yeah, I forgot. This puts them in insane field position at the 45-yard line of the other team. So right now the Vipers, here's a quarterback draw for Brett Hundley. Hundley makes a man miss, and he's down at the 31-yard line. But, it's a ridiculous rule, because if the ball... What's the big deal if it doesn't go past the 20-yard line, is my thinking. And also, another thing is... It is absurd how they put it at the opposing 45-yard line. So right there, the Vipers started at the Sea Dragons' 45-yard line. Bryce Thompson down on the field for the Sea Dragons. Spent 2 NFL seasons with the Saints. But hopefully he's okay. Alright. Minute 39 to go in the first half. Now, the thing to note, the Vipers cannot stop the clock. They have no timeouts. And the Sea Dragons still have all 3 timeouts. Quarterback comparison so far. Hundley, 84 yards and a touchdown. DiNucci, 127 yards and a touchdown. Here is a 1st and 10. Hundley in shotgun. Here is him on the keeper for the 2nd play in a row. And he's going to gain 2 on the play, getting it up to the 29-yard line. Here is a 2nd and 8 upcoming for the Vipers. A minute 10 to go in the first half. Here is Hundley, quick throw over the middle that is knocked away and incomplete. Looking for Sweeting. But he had to get that out quickly because there was a Sea Dragon defender flying at him. And he took a hit on that one. But a 3rd and 8, as I think he rushed himself a bit because he had to get it out quickly. 3rd and 8 from the Sea Dragons' 29-yard line. Empty backfield here for Brett Hundley. As play clock hits 0, they get the snap off. Hundley, quick throw underneath. Oh, it's dropped by Scenic Sweeting. He had plenty of space to turn upfield and potentially even get the first down. But he drops the football there. And that'll bring up a 4th and 8, and the Vipers will be forced to settle for a field goal. Big opportunity to extend the drive there, but unable to do so. And 4th and 8, they will settle for another field goal. Bailey Griffin on for the field goal. This is a low kick, and it is no good. It comes up short. What if that one might have gotten blocked? We got a flag down in the play. That was a low, wobbly kick. How do you have an illegal formation on a kick? somehow you can line up in an illegal formation for a field goal. Never heard of such a thing, but penalties declined. The Sea Dragons now with the football. First and 10 with 55 seconds to go. All three timeouts as well. How in the world are you lined up in an illegal formation on a field goal? Never heard of such a thing. Alright, first and 10 here at their own 38-7 actually. Here is a quick throw. Josh Gordon makes the catch. He gains 5 on the play. And they opt to not spend a timeout. Here is Danucci, quick throw outside that is caught by Jackson. Gains about 3. He's out of bounds, stops the clock with 33 seconds to go. Now, the Sea Dragons shouldn't be afraid to use the middle of the field. They've got all 3 timeouts. You can stop the clock 3 times. Obviously, you'd like to save one to save yourself for either like a Hail Mary or a field goal. But I mean, you've still got time. So I would not be afraid to use the middle of the field from the Sea Dragons here. Here they've got a 3rd and 1. Danucci in shotgun here. Here they're going to run the football, and he's going to go backwards. He's taken down for a loss of... The spot's going to come in for a loss of 3. And... was that 3rd down? Yeah, that was 3rd down. They've got it way off on the screen. They had that as 1st down, so now it's a 2nd down. No, that was 3rd down, now it's 4th down. And that will take us to halftime. Alright, so at the half, it is a 9-9 football game. The Vipers, I believe, will receive the second half kick. Could be wrong on that, though. I'm almost positive they do. Okay, but at the end of half number 1, it is a 9-9 game. I am going to go take a very short break, as I do at halftime of every game, and I will be back in a second. While you guys wait, make sure to let me know in the comments your updated score prediction. Who you guys have winning. Vote in the poll if you guys have not already done so. And I will be back in a few minutes. Oh, hold on. I'm going to be back in a few minutes, and so make sure to vote in the poll. Let me know your updated score prediction and who you guys have winning, and I will be back in a few minutes. Alright, I'm back. Thank you guys for staying with me here. So, at halftime, it is a 9-9 game. And some updated results on the poll. 71% of you guys have said the Sea Dragons will win. 29% have said the Vipers. I would agree with the majority there. I'm going to stick with my prediction of the Sea Dragons will take home the victory. I think they'll get their first win of the season. I mean, neither team's been bad, but I just have the Sea Dragons. I think they're a better team. I think if they can learn how to finish games, they could be a really, really good team. Especially their passing attack, the best passing attack in the XFL. But I'm going to stick with my prediction of the Sea Dragons. Let me check my original score prediction for you guys. In my predictions video, let's see. My original score prediction was, I picked the Sea Dragons by a score of 20-15. Could still definitely see that. But my updated score prediction, if I had to pick a different one, I could still very, very well see that. But let's go an updated score of That's tough, but let's go with the Sea Dragons by a score of 20. Let's go 21-15. So still a still a very similar score. It's actually just 1 point off. But let me know your updated score prediction in the comments. Who you guys have winning? As I said before, the poll hasn't changed at all. But 71% of you guys said the Sea Dragons. 29% say the Vipers. Alright, it's been a very even first half so far. Let me actually check who gets the ball at the half. Or after. To start a half. I believe it's the Vipers. Well, let me check. I'm forgetting what I'm doing. Yes, it is the Vipers who get the football. Okay, so some stats from the first half. Comparing the team stats. Pretty even, I would say. Pretty even first half. But our total plays 30 run for the Sea Dragons, 28 for the Vipers. Total yards 199 for the Sea Dragons, 137 for the Vipers. Yards per play 6.6 to 4.9 in favor of the Sea Dragons. First downs 7 to 6, also in favor of the Sea Dragons. Third downs, that is better for the Vipers. They convert on 37.5% of their third downs, whereas the Sea Dragons only 14.3%. Neither team's gone for it on fourth down. Passing yards 135 for the Sea Dragons, 84 for the Vipers. Passing touchdowns, each team with one touchdown. The Vipers have allowed a sack, the Sea Dragons have not. Rushing yards, 64 rushing yards for the Sea Dragons, 53 for the Vipers. Penalties, 3 penalties for the Sea Dragons, 2 for the Vipers. The Sea Dragons have turned the ball over. That was a fumble. And time of possession fairly even so far, with 13:55 going to the Sea Dragons, 14:05 to the Vipers. So, pretty even first half. Let's see how the second half plays out. Alright, so they're showing the broadcasters in the booth, so the second half is set to begin in a second. Alright, the second half is set to begin. The Vipers will get the football. So I will give them the ball marker. And if you guys have an updated score prediction or anything like that, let me know in the comments. And also, make sure to like the stream and subscribe if you guys have not already. I would greatly appreciate that. And it would also help the stream reach more people, so I would greatly appreciate if you can like the stream and subscribe. Alright, so the Vipers, they're going to get the football here to start the... half. Alright, I feel like they've been just talking forever. Can we actually get back to playing some football? Alright, but quarter 3 set to get underway. Do we have like some kind of delay or something? Oh, once again they're showing the trees blowing in the wind. It is 26 wow, is that windy. 26-mile-an-hour winds right now. There's a wind advisory for the area they're playing in. Gusts of 70 miles an hour. That is quite the wind they got there. And wind consistent of 30 to 40 miles an hour. Although currently 26 miles an hour. Alright, but second half set to begin. The game tied at 9. And here is kick fielded by DeAndre Torrey at the 10. Torrey on the return. He is swung down at the 24-yard line, 25 actually. And that is where the Vipers will take over for their first drive, or for the first drive of the second half. So Hundley and the Vipers offense back onto the field. First and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Here is Hundley in shotgun. Here is the gift to Rod Smith. Smith is going to run for 3, maybe 4 on the play. So we got a 2nd and 7 here after a 3-yard run by Smith on first down. Here is Hundley. Free rusher. He's going to swing this out to Rod Smith, and it's off his hand. A bit of a high throw, but probably one Smith should catch. And incomplete. Updated results on the poll. 73% of you guys have said the Sea Dragons win. 27% have said the Vipers. Would agree with the 73% that said the Sea Dragons. Here's Hundley to throw on 3rd and 7. As he's hit, he throws a strike. And he's not touched down. Jeff Badette's still going. Juke's inside. And Badette is forced out of bounds. A big gain there. A big play for the Vipers, as Badette was never touched down. He had a nice gain, and a good throw from Hundley. He was never touched down at midfield, so he got up and was able to get all the way to about the 20-yard line. "56 yards on the catch and run there for Badette. And the Vipers have to spend a timeout. Their first of the half. First either side has spent so far. So they spend their first time out of the half with 13:24 to go. And they've got the ball. Let's see, where do they have the ball after that? They've got the ball. Let's see. Don't know. What do inside the 20, I think? Alright, here is a 1st and 10. Hundley in shotgun. Rod Smith back on it to his right. Got the ball at the 16. Here is the give to Rod Smith, and Smith is able to slip through, and he's got a first down taken down at the 5-yard line. Good run there for Rod Smith. Sets the Vipers up 1st and goal from the 5. Not a whole ton of space there for Rod Smith to run. Just a good job of him to find space. The Vipers now with 15 more yards than the Sea Dragons. 205 to 190. Here's a 1st and goal from the 5 for the Vipers. Hundley under center. Here is the give to Josh Lovett, and Lovett goes down for a loss of a yard. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal from the 6. Here's a 2nd and goal. Rod Smith, though, re-enters the game at running back. Here is the keeper for Brett Hundley. He's got plenty of green grass ahead, and he walks into the end zone for a Viper touchdown. And it is now 15 to 9 Vipers. Like the play call there. They've been able to get Brett Hundley's legs involved throughout the game. I like doing it right there near the goal line, where quarterback's legs make him extra dangerous. Now they have to go for 2 here from the 5. to make it a 17-9 game. Here is Hundley in shotgun from the 5 here. Here he's going to go to the end zone. That is back shoulder caught by Martavius Bryant. And it is a now 17-9 Vipers lead as they go. Back shoulder to Martavius Bryant there on the 2-point attempt, and it is good as they extend their lead. They now have an 8-point lead. After Brett Hundley runs it in for a touchdown, and he also finds Martavius Bryant. For the 2-point conversion. So 17-9, 12:06 to go in the third quarter. And the Sea Dragons, they will get their first possession after commercial. Give me 1 second just to do something really quickly. Give me 1 second. Hold on, I can't spell something correctly. There we go. Give me a second, just to do this really quick. Okay. But I'm waiting for them to come back from commercial break here after the after the touchdown by the Vipers. So the Sea Dragons, they will take over. Okay, they're back from commercial break here. Sorry it's quiet during that. Just had to do something real quick. But updated results on the poll: 72% of you guys say the Sea Dragons, 26% say the Vipers. They currently lead this one by 8. Kelvin McKnight back deep to receive for the Sea Dragons. Oh, so now here, if the ball falls off the tee, which it did there, one of the refs holds the ball instead of another player. Here is McKnight fielded his own 4. On the return, McKnight has the speed to get outside, and McKnight jukes around somebody and is then taken down at the 29-yard line. That's where the Sea Dragons will start Oh, we got a flag down. Hold up. But that is where the Sea Dragons will start if the play stands due to the flag. But it'll probably go backwards, but who really knows? We've got a personal foul shot block on the Sea Dragons, so that will back them up. I think the ref did as much running as the returner did on that one. The ref that held the ball, he was doing a lot of running there. Here is a 1st and 10 from the 10. Here is the give to Ellison. He bounces this outside. And is out of bounds after a gain of 7 on the play up to the 17-yard line. Maybe even the 18 is where they're going to mark it. A good run there. Here is a 2nd and 2 after an 8-yard run. Here they go back to Ellison, and he breaks a tackle. Ellison into the secondary. He's taken down at the 31-yard line. Back-to-back great runs here by the Sea Dragons, and specifically Morgan Ellison. He's got 65 yards on 9 carries so far, averaging 7.2 yards a carry. Empty backfield here for DiNucci from the 31. Here is DiNucci to throw. That is caught by, I think that was Blake Jackson, but it was hard to tell. That brings up a 2nd and 4 here. Another empty backfield here for DiNucci. Here he looks to throw. Now he's going to escape the rush, take off and run. DiNucci has got a 1st down, and he takes a big hit over by the 1st down marker. He's got a 1st down, though. And he has a 1st down at the 41. There's definitely been some big hits here in the XFL. That one wasn't a huge hit, but a pretty big hit for a quarterback to be taking. Here's a 1st and 10. DiNucci looks to throw. Now DiNucci skips the pocket, gets outside, and throws an interception. Returned to the 41-yard line. DiNucci had an open receiver, just missed him, and threw it right to the defensive player. And the Vipers put the football back at their own 40-yard line. DiNucci threw a similar interception like that in week 1 against the Defenders. But there's another similar interception. I don't know if he threw one last week. No, I think he did, because he's got a 4-3 touchdown to interception ratio, and he only threw 2 in week 1. Yeah. So now he's thrown a pick in every game so far for the Sea Dragons. First and 10 here. Hundley is going to hand off to Rod Smith up the middle, and Smith is going to get a good push from the offensive line and gain 7 on the play. Adam Sparks made the interception there for the Vipers. Here's a 2nd and 4, so a 6-yard run from Rod Smith on that previous play. Here they go back to him. Smith up the middle, he gains a first down and another 6-yard run. Here is another run. They gain 3 there. That one with Josh Lovett. And that brings up a 2nd and about 7. Yeah, 2nd and 7 here. A 2nd and 7 here for the Vipers. Hundley is going to keep this one on the option. And Hundley is going to pick up first down. And he's out of bounds at the 30-yard line. And picks up another Viper first down. It looks like he might have tweaked something running there. But he appears to be okay. Looks like he didn't... I don't know. It's hard to explain there. But looks like he may have tweaked himself running. But he seems to be okay as he stays in the game. 1st and 10 here is another give to Josh Lovett. And Lovett is swung down after a gain of a yard to bring up a 2nd and 9 from the 29 of the Sea Dragons. Some updated results on the poll. 65% have said the Sea Dragons. 35% have said the Vipers. I think the Sea Dragons will get the win, although the Vipers, they've looked pretty good to start the second half. I will definitely give them that. Elijah Holder, safety down for the Sea Dragons. And he's helped off the field, so hopefully he's okay. Alright, but they go to a commercial break. The Vipers with the football, 2nd and 9 here at their own 29. With the opportunity to go up and extend their lead even further as they currently lead this one 17-9. By 8 points with the opportunity to go up even further here after and capitalize off the Sea Dragons turnover. So I said the results in the poll, 65-35 in favor of the Sea Dragons. And to go. Also, make sure to check out the community tab of my channel. You guys can make sure to frequently check there for polls, updates, anything like that. And I put a poll out, and I said, who do you think will win this XFL game? And 58% of you guys said the Vipers, 42% said the Sea Dragons. So, waiting for them to come back from commercial break still. Let me see something really quick. Give me 1 second. Okay. They are still at commercial break. A long commercial break here. Alright, now they're back from commercial. A long commercial break, it felt like there. I don't know if that was just me. But they're back from commercial. The Vipers with the football at the Sea Dragons 29-yard line. 2nd and 9 with 7:29 to go in in the third quarter. Here is Hundley in shotgun. Play action. Looks to throw. Protected well. He's going to go deep to the end zone down the sideline. That is way overthrown and incomplete. Geronimo Allison, the intended receiver. Not way overthrown, but... Allison looked like he stopped running as hard as he possibly could. And, it ends up being overthrown and incomplete. Here's a 3rd and 9. Hundley looks to throw. He's pressured. Quick throw. That is incomplete. Once again, Allison, the intended receiver, but that pass falls incomplete. And that'll bring up a 4th and 9. And the Sea Dragons will be forced to settle for a field goal. Oh, sorry, the Vipers will be forced to settle for a field goal. I just realized I said Sea Dragons. But the Vipers forced to settle for a field goal. They are 1 of 2 on field goals. Bailey Griffin made a 39-yarder and missed a... I don't remember what it said. Here's a 47-yarder from the right hash. The kick is up. It is drifting, and it is good. A 47-yard field goal extends it to an 11-point lead and makes it a 2-score game. For the Vipers, a long field goal is good there for Griffin. And the Vipers have gotten off to a great start in the second half. Going from a 9-9 game up to being up 20-9 in the span of, I don't know, 10 minutes? 10 game minutes, I should say, not real life minutes. Alright, the Sea Dragons going to get the football back here after their defense allows a field goal. But their offense didn't really help them there as they threw an interception and gave them great starting field position at the 40-yard line. Their own 40-yard line, I should specify. So here is the kickoff. Updated results on the poll. 67% of you guys say the Sea Dragons. 33% say the Vipers. Here is the kickoff. McKnight will field it. He muffs it, but he's able to get it at his own 12. And he is tripped up at the 17-yard line. Great kick coverage there by the Vipers. He also didn't help himself to the fact that he dropped his ball. That he dropped the ball. Here is a 1st and 10 for the Sea Dragons. Not great field position here, as they'll begin at their own 18. Here is Danucci, quick throw to Jordan Pearson. He is blown up as he catches that. The ball is out. Let's see, what are they marking this? The ball was out, but I think they're either saying he was down or incomplete. Let's see, what are they going to rule that? No, he dropped the ball before he hit the ground, I think. But if they're going to mark that as he is down for a loss of 2, so 2nd and 12. Here's the gift to Ellison. Gets through the line of scrimmage and is able to gain 5 on the play. He's been really effective running the football. For a team that's got a really good passing attack, when you've got a great running back like Morgan Ellison, or at least having a really good game, that is a really good combo to have. I'll check his numbers on the season, or on the game in a second. Also the season, but on the game in a second. Here's a 3rd and 7 from their own 21. DiNucci in shotgun. Here he looks to throw. He is pressured, escapes the rush, goes downfield. That is caught. Sliding catch made by number 88 there. 88, that is Jordan Vesey. Ooh, that might be incomplete. I think that is incomplete, but I'm not sure. Play is now stopped. The rolling on the field is now an incomplete pass, but they'll be taking a closer look. I think it's incomplete, but while they take a look, let's check his numbers on the season. And today, Morgan Ellison today, 10 carries, 71 yards, 7.1 yards a carry. On the season, oh wow, I did not even realize that. He's actually the XFL's leading rusher with 23 carries for 138 yards. He's tied for second in carries, behind Kalen Balaj of the Brahmas, for 107 yards and no touchdowns, but first in the XFL in rushing. I really did not know that. So the Sea Dragons, they've got the XFL's leading passer, Ben DiNucci, the XFL's leading rusher, in Ellison right there. And also the XFL's leading receiver in Ja'Cory Pearson. And I accidentally missed that play as I was talking. Sorry. That was an 11-yard run by Ellison, so now he's got actually 10 yards. So now he's got 81 yards and 11 carries. Here is 1st and 10. They go back to him here. This time he is going to get 4. He got a solid push there. Did not get a lot of space initially, but a good run. Gains 4. And that brings up a 2nd and 6. They've been able to run the football really effectively. They've got probably one of the best offenses in the XFL. Especially when they're firing on all cylinders. Obviously only 9 points today, but still they haven't been bad offensive. Here's a 2nd and 6. DiNucci looks to throw. DiNucci over the middle. That is caught. Sliding catch there made by Jordan Vesey. This time he catches it at the 28-yard line. And they're putting together a very nice drive. Whether it's throwing the ball, running the ball, they're able to do it all on this drive. And Sea Dragons looking to make this a much closer game as they go down the field. Here is... we got a problem with the chain. Alright, 1st and 10 here. The chains came apart, on the first down marker. Came apart between the first down and the line of scrimmage. But here is a 1st and 10. DiNucci in shotgun. 2:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. From the 28, DiNucci empty backfield here. DiNucci quick throw that is going to be caught. Jordan Vesey for the 2nd straight play. And he's got it close to a 1st down. Looks like it's going to get marked down about a yard short. But another good catch there by Vesey. Gains 9. He's up to 45 yards on 3 catches so far today. 2nd and 1 here. for the Sea Dragons. Danucci is going to hand off to Ellison, and Ellison is going to break free of initial contact, and he's got a first down. He stiff arms a guy, and is out of bounds at the 16. Alright, here is a 1st and 10 for the Sea Dragons from the 16. Current drive, 8 plays, 66 yards, taking 5 minutes off the clock. Here is Danucci, going to go to the end zone. He's got a receiver, Josh Gordon. Oh, wow, what a catch by Josh Gordon. Keeping his feet in bounds and making the catch. What a catch by Josh Gordon. That was a great catch made by Josh Gordon. I thought it was thrown out of the back of the end zone, but Josh Gordon able to keep both his feet in bounds and make a spectacular catch at the back of the end zone. That was a really nice catch by Josh Gordon. Really nice catch. They're going to opt to go for 10 to make it a 2-point game. I said it again. Opt to go for 3 from the 10. Here is Danucci to throw. Scans the field, goes to the end zone again, and this time he does throw it out of the back of the end zone, and the score will stay at 20-15, which was actually my score prediction coming into the game, although it was reversed. My final score prediction was Sea Dragons 20, Vipers 15, but it is currently reversed. Some updated results on the poll. 64% of you guys say the Sea Dragons win. 36% say the Vipers. So the Vipers going to get the football back. Josh Gordon now 5 catches, 53 yards, and a touchdown so far today. Here is DeAndre Torrey on the return, and he is taken down at the 24-yard line. That is where the Vipers will take over. Josh Gordon led the NFL in receiving yards in 2013, made the Pro Bowl as well, was suspended in 2015 and 2016 for PEDs, was a Super Bowl champion with the Patriots in 2018, and then has played for the Titans, Patriots, Seahawks, and Chiefs from 2019 to 2022, and now finds himself with the Sea Dragons of the XFL. First and 10 here for the Vipers, 1:11 to go in the third quarter. Hundley in shotgun. Rod Smith the back line to his right. Here is the gift to Rod Smith, and he is... No, Rod Smith did not get the ball. Never mind. Hundley with the keeper gains 2. Alright, second and 8. Here is the gift to Rod Smith. And Smith with a good run of 8 yards on the play. Should pick up a first down for the Vipers on what could be the final play of the quarter. they're going to mark a 3rd and 1. I thought he got the first down because he ended up being on the defender. And then he kind of fell forward. Alright, yeah, they are going to give him a first down. And that is also the final play of the quarter. So 15 minutes to go. The Vipers lead the Sea Dragons 20-15. After the end of 3 quarters of play. A close game so far. And let's see who's going to come out on top. Some updated results on the poll. 66% have said the Sea Dragons, 34% have said the Vipers will win. Still a game that could very well go either way. I've stuck with the Sea Dragons. I'll stick with them. But still a game that very much anyone's game. The official attendance for today's game is 6,037. Trying to find what the attendance was for the first game at Cashman Field. That was last, also I believe Saturday night. Let's see. Before this here. Let's see. I'm trying to find the attendance. Sorry, I've got to scroll down really far. Oh, it was 6,023 last week. And this week, it is in that same area as well. It is 6,037, so 14 more people. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here after the end of the 3rd quarter. So we head to the 4th quarter. Let me know who you guys have winning. I'm sticking with my original prediction of the Sea Dragons. I've stuck with them. They were my original prediction. I said they would win at halftime, and I'm going to stick with them here. There's no reason not to, I feel. But both these teams really, really need a win, because the loser will sit at the bottom of the North Division at 0-3, while the winner will be just one game out of a playoff spot at 1-2, because the two teams tied for first place, the Defenders and the St. Louis Battlehawks, play each other. Oh, here's a 2nd and 7, so one of them will fall to 2-1. But a 2nd and 7, I missed the first play of the 4th quarter, sorry about that. Here is Hundley, and we got play blown dead. Looks like we got a false start penalty. We got a false start. Or something like that. 2nd and 12 here, so that backs the Vipers up 5, so it was a false start or something like that in that area. Here's a 2nd and 12, 14 minutes to go. Hundley looks to throw. He's pressured, and he is just going to throw this one away. Smart decision there. As he was flushed out of the pocket and pressured by a whole bunch of people as well. Here is a 3rd and 12. Third and 12 here from the 32. Here is Hundley, quick throw that is caught by Geronimo Allison, but he's tackled right there. Only able to gain 2 on the play. And the Sea Dragons defense forces a punt. Good start to the 4th quarter. So the Sea Dragons defense forces punt. The Vipers send on Michael Carrizos, their punter. Here is a high kick. It is going to check up at the 30-yard line, and it is down at the 31. And that is where the Sea Dragons offense will take over for their first drive of the 4th quarter. It is actually the 30-yard line where they're going to spot the ball. First and 10, Danucci is going to throw this one over the middle. Wide open receiver Ja'Cory Pearson makes the catch across the 45-yard line. He is forward progress. We'll get him up to the 46. The Sea Dragons scoring drive last drive, they had a really nice drive. Capped off by a really nice touchdown catch by Josh Gordon in the back of the end zone. Here is a 1st and 10 from their own 46. Danucci in shotgun. Here he is going to roll out, and Danucci is going to get taken down right at the line of scrimmage. As he tried to escape the rush, but was unable to get away. He was too indecisive. I don't know if he was trying to make the defender think he was going to throw it, or if he was actually looking to throw it back across the field. Here is Danucci. To throw over the middle, that is caught. And a big gain there for the Sea Dragons. 1st and 10 here. For the Sea Dragons, 10:49 to go. In the 4th quarter. Jordan Vesey made that previous catch. He's now up to 4 catches, 63 yards. And once again, the chains broke between the first down marker and the line of scrimmage thing, whatever you want to call it. So while they fix that, let's go over some updated results on the poll. 63% of you guys have said the Sea Dragons, 37% have said the Vipers. Alright, so they fixed the problem they had there, as the clock is now running. DiNucci in shotgun here. Here is DiNucci on the keeper. And he loses the ball, but it skips out of bounds. It is, now, I don't know how they rule this in the XFL. If it's where the ball goes out of bounds, or if it's where he fumbles the ball. Because it's about a 4-yard difference there. When out of bounds at the 29, he fumbled the ball at the 33. Here's a 2nd and 5, so it's going to be where he fumbled the ball. I prefer it's where it goes out of bounds. Here is the give to Morgan Ellison. He's got a first down across the 25-yard line, and he's forced out at the 24. He's had himself a really, really nice day. Ten minutes to go in the game. 1st and 10 for the Sea Dragons. Vipers lead this one 20-15. Ellison up to 97 yards and just 14 carries. Here is the gift to Ellison once again. He's over 100 yards on the day. Ellison across the 10-yard line. He is taken down at... It looks like the spot's going to come in at the 9, but he got up to like the 6. And Ellison might be the first player to break 100 yards in the XFL. $100 yards rushing. He's now up to 113 yards. He is a very physical runner. He's not a player to shy away from contact. 1st and goal here. They go back to Ellison. He's going to bounce this outside. And he's going to get up to the 6-yard line to make it a 2nd and goal. But, let's see. There's only 3 players over 100 rushing yards combined the first 2 weeks, so I doubt anyone would have gotten, like, 100 yards and, like, 2 yards. Here's the gift to Ellison once again. He avoids a tackle, avoids a 2nd tackle. Now he looks to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he's going to slip and fall back at the 14-yard line. And now he's slow to get up. Hopefully he's okay there. Now he's back on his feet. He went to go plant his foot, and his foot just slid and didn't plant instead. So he limps off the field. Hopefully he's okay, as he's been a big part of the Sea Dragons so far today. Their offense, I should say. He's got 174 rushing yards on 30 carries on the season. And he limps over to the bench. Here is a 3rd and goal. A little over 8 minutes to go in the game. Now 8 minutes remain. DiNucci, empty backfield here. He looks to throw. And DiNucci is going to flip this one to Blake Jackson. He's got a lot of work to do. He's able to get up to the 9-yard line. But that is where he's out of bounds. And these Sea Dragons, let's see. What will they do? Will they go for this? Or will they kick the field goal? They're going to send on the field goal unit. I probably would too. Dominic Eberle on as their kicker. He's 1 of 1 on field goals so far today. He made a 34-yarder. Here's a 27-yarder from the right hash. Okay, what do the Sea Dragons have with getting their special teams units on time? Their second special teams delay a game, That'll back them up 5 here. Why can't they do that? They seem to be the only team in the XFL where they feel it's physically impossible to get their special teams unit on without taking it away a game. Here's a 4th and goal that backs them up to a 32-yard field goal. And Eberwe's kick is up and good. So it is now 20-18. Vipers still lead. And I also just realized this still says quarter 3. It is quarter 4. But a 20-18 lead here for the Vipers. But yes, I checked the stats. Morgan Ellison is the first player in the XFL this season to have over 100 rushing yards in a single game. The only thing is he might miss some time here as he's got an injury. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here after the Sea Dragons make it a 2-point game here. Alright, waiting for them to come back from commercial, another back. Updated results on the poll, 65% of you guys have said the Sea Dragons win, 35% have said the Vipers. Here is the kickoff. Sneaks Sweeting on the return, makes a man miss. Sweeting into space, makes another man miss. And Sweeting out of bounds at midfield. Great return there. Sets the Vipers up with tremendous starting field position. It's not their usual returner, that is Yandre Torrey. But this time they put the Sneak Sweeting back there. And he does a fantastic job on the return, getting all the way up to midfield before he was forced out of bounds. Alright, so we got a 1st and 10 here for the Vipers from midfield. Here is Hundley to throw. To the outside, wide open receiver caught by Josh Lovett down the sideline. Lovett cuts back inside. Josh Lovett inside the 10-yard line, and he is in for a Viper touchdown. What a crazy 2 plays for the Vipers. A 50-yard touchdown pass from Brett Hundley to Josh Lovett. And it is now a 26-18 game as the Vipers extend their lead. It is now 26-18. And now, they're going to opt to go for 2, which I would also do here. That would make it a 10-point game, also a 2-score game, which is the big thing. So to make it 28-18, winding up to go for 2 from the 5. Here is Hundley in shotgun. Here, he's going to throw it to the end zone. That is incomplete. We got a flag. We got a flag. Hold up. We got a flag down in the play. He was looking for his tight end, Cam Sutton. Let's see. Are they going to call this pass interference? There is no foul for defensive pass interference. Okay, good. I did not think there should have been. The Sea Dragons just forgot about Josh Lovett out of the backfield as they show the replay here. And then he's able to do the rest, going down the sideline, weaving his way through defenders before stumbling into the end zone. And extending the Vipers' lead to 8 points. The good thing is, the Sea Dragons still have plenty of time to come back, as there's still 6:45 to go. Alright, but that was a big touchdown there for the Vipers. Extends their lead to 8. And it is a really big touchdown. And a really good 2 plays there for the Vipers. Because they had a... They've had a big kickoff return, and then they have obviously the big 50-yard touchdown pass, really the 50-yard pass, but it's really a big catch and run. So now waiting for them to come back from commercial break here after the touchdown. Alright, so still waiting for them to come back. The Vipers now lead this one 26-18. This is one of the better games we've had so far in the XFL. Because I'm trying to think, when we've had a team score a lot of points, it has been a blowout. Like, the 2 teams to score 30-plus points, the Brahmas and the Roughnecks, have both blown out the Guardians. Morgan Ellison is the first 100-yard rusher in the XFL, as I said before. He's got 107 rushing yards today. And he's over on the sideline running after his injury before. Here the ball is dropped by McKnight on the return, but he's still got some good blocking, and he's able to get it up to 28, and that is where the Sea Dragons offense will take over. Here is a 1st and 10 for the Sea Dragons. DiNucci empty backfield. Looks to throw. Goes deep down the sideline. That is incomplete. Intended receiver there was, I believe that's Josh Gordon. Yeah, Josh Gordon, number 0. I couldn't see his number, but it looked like Josh Gordon, so I just said Josh Gordon, and I would just correct myself if I was wrong. Second and 10 here for the Sea Dragons. 6:10 to go in the game. Down by 8. Still one score game is the big thing. DiNucci, quick throw outside to Ja'Cory Pearson. Pearson is going to gain 2 on the play. It's a left knee injury, I believe they just said, for Morgan Ellison. And they're reporting that he wants to get back in the game. They just don't know if the Sea Dragons will let him. Here is DiNucci, big throw over the middle, caught by Pearson inside the 50-yard line, taken down at the 35-yard line. Sorry. A big play there over the middle. DiNucci to Ja'Cory Pearson. Just able to get that over the linebacker and in between the 2 safeties. Actually, looks more like a defensive back there than a linebacker. But over him and between the 2 safeties to the wide open Ja'Cory Pearson. And they've got the ball up to the 35-yard line of the Vipers, and Pearson up to 103 yards. Here is the gift to 19. I forget his name because they've been using Ellison so much. But he runs for 5. Another good run there. 19, that is TJ Hammonds. Here is a 2nd and 5 for the for the Sea Dragons. DiNucci in shotgun here. He looks to throw. He's going to swing this out to Hammonds. He makes one man miss. Gets a block from his receiver. That is Jordan Vesey gets the block from, and he's got a 1st down to the 22-yard line. A good play there by Hammonds, and a really nice job making that first guy miss. Because if he doesn't make him miss, he's losing 2 yards. Here is a 1st and 10. TJ Hammonds, a 24-year-old running back, went to Arkansas as his college. He's from Little Rock, Arkansas. First and 10, DiNucci, empty backfield, looks to throw. DiNucci to the end zone. Touchdown, Juwan Green makes the touchdown catch. And the Sea Dragons answer very, very quickly. It is now 26-24. A 22-yard touchdown pass to Juwan Green from Ben DiNucci. And let's see. Are they going to go for 2 or are they going to go for 3? Looks like DiNucci's saying 3. They will go for 3 from the 10-yard line. That would give them the lead with 3:36 to go. Personally, I'm going for 2, just because I like to play things a bit safer. But the Sea Dragons, the most aggressive, or one of the most aggressive teams in the XFL. DiNucci, empty backfield here. To the end zone. Incomplete. Now that is where it hurts you, because now you've got to get the ball back. Now what do you do here? Do you go possession play for 4th and 15 as the alternative for the onside kick? Do you go onside? I doubt they'd go onside kick. Or do you kick it as a normal touchdown, a normal kickoff? But the score will stay at 26-24, which is a big, big thing. Which is why I would have personally just gone for 2 from the 5, because I think That'd probably be my decision most of the time, unless there's a specific scenario where I need to go for 3, or I need to go for 1, or something like that. Ben DiNucci, 26 of 33, 308 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception so far today. And I'm not completely sure on this, but he might be the first 300-yard passer in the XFL. I'm not sure. They are going to kick it deep. Interesting decision. So, fielded at the 4. Here's Sneak Sweeting on the return. And Sweeting still has the ball up to the 22 because they had somebody on like a reverse where they could have pitched it to him but opted to not. But I got confused. I thought they were going to pitch it to him. And we got some pushing and shoving going on about the 27-yard line. Alright, they're explaining something to Sea Dragons head coach Jim Haslett right now. So, let's see. Let me see what they're saying. Alright, they're having some kind of problem. I'm not completely sure what's happening. I have no idea. But here is the ball batted at the line of scrimmage and incomplete. I think they're having some kind of problem with the headset. I have no idea what's happening. But here is a 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Clock runs to 3 minutes to go in the game. Here is Hundley. He is going to hand off to Josh Love, and he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage by number 36. That was a big play made by Zafir Kelly, defensive back from South Carolina State. A big play. Trips him up there. Yeah, they're having some kind of problem with the headset because Brett Hundley's got to go over to the sideline to get the play. And now 3rd and 11 here. The Sea Dragons spend their first timeout with 2:51 to go. Now each team with 2 timeouts, a challenge remaining, and the 2-minute warning to stop the clock. But remember, you must have a timeout to be able to use your challenge. So we got a 3rd and 11 here for the Vipers. Here's Hundley to throw on 3rd and 11. Underneath that is caught, and first down for the Vipers. Jeff Badette gets it all the way up to the 38-yard line. Had to get it to the 32. And the Vipers move the chains. And now, gotta go over and get the play again. But Brett Hundley so far today, he's 10 of 21. That's not great, but he's got 208 yards and 2 touchdowns. And has not turned the ball over. Also was 8 carries, 65 yards, and a rushing touchdown. So while the passing numbers, specifically the completion percentage, is not great, under 50%, he has still been good for the Vipers and done what has been needed. Here's a 1st and 10. Here is the gift to Rod Smith. And Smith is going to gain about 4 on the play. And with 2:35, the Sea Dragons spend their 3rd and final timeout. They spent the timeout before that, or after the previous play as well. The Sea Dragons have got to learn how to finish games. Because they always play a very solid game. Like today, they've played a solid game. And the previous 2 games, they've also played a pretty good game. They just have not been able to finish. I mean, I know here they needed to come back. But the previous 2 games, they've had a lead and not been able to finish. Some updated results on the poll. 61% of you guys have said the Sea Dragons win. 39% have said the Vipers. Here is a 2nd and 7. Vipers lead 26-24 with 2:30 to go. Sea Dragons now out of timeouts. Vipers with 2 timeouts. Here is Hundley in shotgun. Here is the give to Rod Smith, and he's going to run for 2 on the play. Maybe 3 to make it a 3rd and 4 or 3rd and 5. And that will bring us to the 2-minute warning as the Vipers will let that clock run. Yes, so that is the 2-minute warning. Tonight is the highest scoring XFL game this season with a combined 50 points. The previous high was combined 45 points, and that was when we... Now I gotta figure out who that was, because they didn't tell us. That was the... Okay, that was the Roughnecks Guardians game where there was 33-12. I would say this has also probably been the best game in the XFL so far. The Roughnecks Renegades game last week wasn't bad, but this has probably been the most competitive, best overall game so far. I mean, I know it's still very early in the season, only week 3. And we've only had 8 games before this, but I would say, of those 9, this has been the best game so far. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial here at the 2-minute warning. Okay, so waiting for them to come back from commercial here at the 2-minute warning. The Vipers lead the Sea Dragons 26-24. Game summary for the Sea Dragons: they've got 2 turnovers, a fumble lost by Ben DiNucci, and also an interception thrown by Ben DiNucci. He is 26 of 33 for 308 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. The Vipers, 9 points off turnovers. Brett Hundley responsible for 3 touchdowns and about 272-ish, a little over 270 total yards, combined passing and rushing. Here is a 3rd and 5. Third and 5 here for the Vipers. Brett Hundley in shotgun. No timeouts left for the Sea Dragons. 2 timeouts left for the Vipers. 3rd and 5. Hundley is pressured. And that pass batted at the line and incomplete. A big play made by the by the Sea Dragons defense. That'll force a punt. And it'll give their offense one more chance. And, right before they punt, I'm going to go get a tissue extremely quickly because all of a sudden my nose started running into nowhere. So I'll be right back in a second. Alright, here is the punt, 4th and 5. Blake Jackson back deep to receive. Fields at his own 18. And on the return, he uses a spin move to get away from a guy, but unable to get away from him. And he's taken down at the 23. We get a flag down on the play. Alright, so let's check what this flag is. So they moved forward, the kicking team moved forward before the, I'm not completely sure what he explained, but illegal formation. It is a 1st down for the Sea Dragons with about 1:50 to go. Trey Walker batted that pass down. He went to Idaho, was a 2-time Big Sky player, all Big Sky defensive player. Here is DiNucci going to swing this out to TJ Hammonds. He's probably going to get out of bounds. He's not going to. And he's taken down to the 32. I mean, he doesn't have to get out of bounds. He's still got 1 minute and 33 seconds to go. But probably would have been best to have got some time. Under 90 seconds to go. Here is a 2nd and about 5. DiNucci looks to throw. Again, they're going to swing this out to Hammonds. He's probably going to get out of bounds this time. And he can get out of bounds. Wow, that was great effort by Hammonds to get out of bounds. Reaching as far as he possibly could to touch the out of bounds line. And he stops the clock with 1:16 to go. But there is a 3rd and 2 upcoming. Ben DiNucci in the first half versus the second half. In the first half, he had 136 yards and a touchdown. Second half, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Here's a 3rd and 2. Empty backfield here for DiNucci. Quick throw. That is dropped by Jordan Vesey as the hit got there. Number 6, Kawan Kennedy, with a big hit there, or with a hit, knocks the ball away. And that'll bring up a 4th and 2. You've got to have this. Absolute must. 1:12 to go, 4th and 2. Fourth and 2, empty backfield. DiNucci looks to throw. He's pressured, gonna go deep down the field. He's got a man, and it is... Oh, it's caught by Josh Gordon! Gordon makes the catch. Cuts inside. Josh Gordon in for a Sea Dragon touchdown. What a play there on 4th and 2. And the Sea Dragons have taken the lead. It's now 30-26. What a play. 65-yard touchdown. DiNucci to Josh Gordon, his second of the day. What a play on 4th and 2. Going for it all. Josh Gordon makes the catch. And they now lead by 4. Wow. What a play there for the Sea Dragons. What a play. Big gamble, it pays off. And they now find themselves leading 30-26 with 58 seconds to go. And let's see what they have to go with here. 1, 2, or 3 after the touchdown. They're going to go for 3 from the 10-yard line to go up by 7. So that's going to be a touchdown and a 1-point conversion. Here's DiNucci. He rolls out, throws downfield, and that is incomplete, looking for Blake Jackson. So it will stay as a 4-point game. Now the Vipers will have to try to come back with 58 seconds. That was a absolutely huge play there for the Sea Dragons as they now lead this one by 4. The Vipers will get the ball back. They've got 58 seconds. And now the Sea Dragons, they've been in this spot before. Last week in week 2, they were up with about a minute to go. And then they only need a field goal. But they ended up giving up the lead. So, I mean, anything's possible here, especially with the Sea Dragons who have not been able to finish games. Let's see if they can do it here. Returned up to the 31-yard yard line. So, Hundley and the Vipers offense onto the field looking to put together a game-winning drive. They've got 53 seconds and 2 timeouts to do so. The clock will temporarily stop on first downs until the chains are set and the ball is spotted. So updated results on the poll. 60% of you guys have said the Sea Dragons win. 40% have said the Vipers. Here's a 1st and 10. Hundley empty backfield. He looks to throw. Now he's pressured. He's going to dump this off. That is caught by Sneak Sweeting. He gains a few on the play. The clock is still running. We now hit 40 seconds to go. He gained 2 on the play. Here's a 2nd and 8. Hundley is pressured. Throws, again, caught by Sweeting, but he's not going to be able to get it bounds. Timeout. Oh, we got a flag down, so that stops the clock with 24 seconds to go. So the flag stops the clock with 24 seconds, but this could be a big flag. Personal foul, face mask defense, that's going to give him 15 yards. An automatic first down. That's a big penalty on the Sea Dragons. Number 44, grab the face mask of the offensive lineman. So, 26 seconds to go. Now they're across midfield at the 46. Hundley, empty backfield, looks to throw. 3-man rush for the Sea Dragons. He's got all day to throw. He's going to go to the outside. That is going to be incomplete as Geronimo Allison could not get a foot down. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10 here with 19 seconds to go. No, Allison was out of bounds. Oh, and he also dropped the ball. You just gotta catch the ball and have it be a catch. So they've got 19 seconds to go. 2nd and 10. They've got to get in the end zone because the field goal does nothing. You're still losing by 1 if you kick a field goal. Here is Hundley. Quick throw that is caught by Sexton. He is going to be able to get it out of bounds. He gains 7 on the play. And he's out of bounds with 12 seconds to go. So you've probably got 2 to 3 plays depending on how long they take for the Vipers. We've got at least 2. Because you've got 3rd and 4th down, at least. Here you've got a 3rd and 4 from the 12, with 12 seconds to go from the 40, sorry. Hundley, empty backfield. He looks to throw. And underneath, off the hands of Matthew Sexton and incomplete. 6 seconds to go here. If he was able to haul that in, he had a 1st down, and if he could have gotten away from the defender, probably would have been able to get out of bounds with about 4 seconds to go as well. Fourth and 4. It all comes down to this for the Vipers. They currently trail 30-26. It's been a very high-scoring and entertaining game so far. The Vipers, they spend their 2nd timeout before this upcoming 4th and 4 play, which is going to be for the game. Not necessarily, but if you don't get this, you lose. It's for the game in the fact that if you don't get it, you lose, but it's not for the game in the fact that if you get this, you win. If that makes any sense. So what I'm doing here is I'm throwing maybe a quick 5-yard pass. That'll give me the 4 yards I need. Go down instantly, call a timeout, throw a Hail Mary. Hundley looks to throw. Instead, they're just going to go deep right here, and it is incomplete. The clock is at zeros. That was 4th down anyway, and that is the final score. The Sea Dragons pick up their 1st win of the season as they defeat the Vipers by a score of 30-26. A great game. High-scoring game, lots of offense. I think that was the best game so far. Fantastic game. 30-26 final score. Ben DiNucci threw for 377 yards. I was just looking at the stats just to see. Oh, wow. The Sea Dragons had some huge stats this game. DiNucci, 377 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception. Rushing, Morgan Ellison, 17 carries, 103 yards. Then, receiving, Josh Gordon, 6 catches, 118 yards, 2 touchdowns. And also Ja'Cory Pearson, 7 catches, 99 yards. They've had so many good... They had a really, really good stat line for so many players today. And then for the Vipers, no outstanding stat lines. But, I mean, nothing amazing. Jeff Badette, 4 catches, 93 yards, and a touchdown is probably their best thing. Their best player statistically. Brett Hundley finishes with 224 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and also 66 rushing yards and a touchdown. Alright, but that is going to do it for today's stream. Thank you everybody for joining me. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications to notice any of your upcoming videos or streams. We'll have a live stream tomorrow for the Brahmas against the Roughnecks game. So I thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications to notice tomorrow's stream or any other upcoming videos. I do my best to post as often as possible. I hope you all have a great rest of your day or night, and I will see you in the next video.